So once that's all done, I will need to get land or scenery laid behind the station. I also need to work up some laser cut sections for the station. So if I can get that done, oh, there we go. That's a case of I can do some laser cut templates, work some up, and then cut some. And that can count as my hour of doing a thing on the railway, even if I'm not downstairs in the basement doing an hour of thing on the railway. I just need to get progress. I don't need to spend an hour in the basement doing something. But then as I start the work, I will also look towards, okay, what is my goal for January? So I want to have a target of stuff that I want to have completed by the end of January. And then we do February, then we do March. So every month I have a new target. And last year it was sort of finish the frames, finish the track bed, put the foam down on the track bed, put the cork down on the track bed, lay some track, lay one loop of track, lay the second loop of track, wire up all the tracks so I can get trains running around the tracks. And so by the end of June last year, beginning of July, the target was I will be able to run a train in each direction on the layout. And I think it was the first weekend in July the first train ran, and a lot of that was some of the soldered joints weren't the greatest, and so there were sections of track that there was no electricity to, so I had to resolder the wires to them. But the plan was, this is the plan, and so long as I can get close to the plan, we're still making sufficient progress. So I'll be doing pretty much the same this year. I think this year I would like to have some greenery, at least some places on the layout. Or maybe the station. I want to get the station platforms set up. I don't necessarily have to have station buildings created, but the platforms need to be in place. Because in part, I start with the platforms furthest away from the front edge. All the track back there is laid, so that's kind of tricky. You've got to cut the wood to fit. The front, I'm probably going to cut the wood and lay the track to fit. That's actually an easy way of doing it. Unfortunately, the way I've done things, it's not quite so straightforward. Also, because my station is curved, it's not like I can just cut two straight pieces. A lot of modelers will just go, I want a straight platform. And so the platform edge is straight, the track's straight, there's no complicated bits involved. But if you do it any other way, if you have curves, well, mind that doggy, then it gets difficult. Okay, let's F2, yeah, and F1, yeah. So, last of the corn, let's go get that moved. There we go. All right. Okay, tea is not as scalding as it was. Let's move forward. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. I was pressing the unload button. No. That's the load button. Excuse me while I fill up my glass of Mountain, because there we go. Here we are. Okay, that's all the corn off the farm, and we'll get another train run. Super awesome. Put the lid back on, and off we go. We still have a ton of soybeans here, so we will be the typical Midwest farmer doing corn and soybeans for the most part, and to be fair, it's making us a ton of cash. Is that the dog lying in the driveway? Dog, you don't need to lie in the driveway. No, you can't come with me. What is it? You can't ride on the truck until I have 1 million subscribers. There we go. In the meantime, I'm definitely getting the 2 fields across the road from the farm, so behind us now. We will get those, and I might get a field or 2 on the right here. I don't want the one on the left. That's big, and probably just too big for me. Plus, it's good income for contracts, so yes. Yes, well, now there's a thought. I could trade in our cultivator and get a different one. The bigger one. So I think the cultivator we have is 9 metre, or we could get a 14 metre cultivator, which needs about 400 horsepower. But our big tractor, our big 8R, the 8R350, I think, has 408, which is just enough to run the big cultivator. But we don't use a cultivator on our farm. Because we have direct planters and direct seeders, which will just, they'll plant on anything. And that's part of the environmental score bonus. But there's a lot of really lucrative contracts for cultivating. So having a big cultivator on the farm just means I can do those contracts without borrowing the equipment. I could borrow the equipment, but yeah, why? Okay, front carts are selected again. So here we are, last trip of corn. Of course, what I could do is jump out, run over here. Ring the button. And you and I. Then I can select the rear cart. So once it's emptying, you can select whichever piece of equipment you want. There we go, that's empty. Dump that one. Don't know if that's the front one or the back one. That's the back one. That's the least full. Least filled. I don't do English, so not me. And we select the front cart. And here comes the train, just in time. So I'll pull out here so that anybody else who wants to unload can. Turn the engine off, jump out. We got to go for a ride on a train. Oh yeah. Because I wasn't in the train when it arrived. Turn the engine on. Oh look, we're blocking traffic. All right, 296,000 litres of corn. This is going to be good. Okay. Really? Why are you beeping? You already beeped. Okay. I don't know. Makes no sense. Anyway, let's pull forward to the last car. Close the lid on that one. Stop. And fill the last one. Okay. And still the barriers are down. That's unfortunate. Still. 3, 2, 1, and 94, isn't it? No, 96. Almost 97. So as we pull away, the barriers should go up now. Can't see. Ah, well. And we ride the train to the end of the line again. Then we can buy things. I wonder if we'll make 1.5 million. That would be nice. Also wonder how much we get for corn now. Corn. The best price for corn is actually at the grain mill. So we're taking the worst price again, but I don't really care. I just get all of it shipped and sold in one block. We don't have any risk of variation of pricing because it takes us half an hour between each load. And it is 19:15, so we've been at this for about 40 minutes, just selling stuff. And here we are at the BGA. That's the way, see the X's, and we're going to get dumped out. Yes. 353,000 plus 44,000 environmental score. We're at 1.5 million. That is quite impressive. And as I said, primarily, I want to spend all of that on land if I can. There may be a little bit spent on equipment. Like we've got two 8R tractors, and one has the biggest, well, one has the almost biggest engine, and the other one has the smallest engine. So I could pay to improve the horsepower on the newer one. I might spend all the money on it, and because I think it was only 1,500 to max out the horsepower over what the other tractor has. For the one that doesn't have the bigger engine, but the one with the bigger engine, I'm going to have to spend like 56,000 on it, and that's not worth it. Anyway, back to farm, and we will start buying up land. I think I'm going to keep us close on this road for the most part. The northern road, that will keep all the fields up there for contracts. Anyway, here we are. So I'm going to have as soon as we bought the land, we are going to have to do a fair amount of fair amount of field work. Temperature's 36, so we can plow and rake and stuff. They do have a proper plough now. I did go out into that field with the tram lines in it to see if I could do anything about them. I don't know, we'll have to see. It is what it is at the moment. Okay, it is time to buy some land. And the first piece of land I want is that one. And that is only 500,000. Seems good. That, yes. And the first thing we need to do is purchase soil information. Yes. That's expensive. But still, we now have the soil information, so the environmental score on that piece of ground is 57. Next. I want that field. I was going to put sorghum in this field if I hadn't got the just soil information, not quite so expensive. Okay. Now we're down to, see, we've already lost 3% bonus here. We have a field here. I might plant that with grass. And then we have a field here. 47, I believe, is all of the roads. Not sure. Don't know. Well, anyway, this big one is 754. It's quite expensive, but again, it's another nice big field. And good yield. Okay, we'll buy that one. It's probably going to have another very, very pricey Soil analysis. Okay. That one is 303,000. So yeah, we're not buying that. But we now have 3 big new fields, which is awesome. And are there any contracts? Yeah, they're just not big enough. Okay. So what do we need to do? We'll top them off with lime. They don't look too bad, do they? Yeah, they don't look that bad. Okay. So we've got the lime spreader out to all of them. Nitrogen, I can't do anything with the nitrogen until there's a crop in there. And do they need to be... Okay, that's green. That's growing? Oh, there's wheat. Well, boo. Okay, I need to do something with that. Lassie Jane, good morning. Welcome to the farm. And some concerning that. Oh, that needs to be plowed? Oh, really? Okay, these fields are good. So, they haven't been mulched. Okay, let's go have a closer look at them. Oops, wrong. Let's do visit. So there is nothing to mulch on this field. Doesn't look like there's much to mulch on this field. No, so I can't really mulch them. That wouldn't work out too well. And then this field here, didn't realise it. Oh, it's actually got wheat growing on it. This is bad. But it's got wheat growing on it. It's... might need to put narrow tyres on a tractor. Let's go find a tractor. 625. Okay, you can just... go. All right. Oh, we have gone through a lot of lime. I mean, we haven't gone through a lot of lime, it's just... we've done a lot of lime. That's okay, I think you explained that already. Pull forward a bit, and... I'm going to put all the lime in this. I probably don't need all the lime in this. But, Christmas was quiet and peaceful. I have a severe case of the man flu, which is downgraded from a deadly case of the man flu. But, yeah, the world is ticking over nicely. Why is that floating? Is it on the workbench? And doink. Wow. Floating lime canisters. All right, that's a good start. How was your Christmas? Oh. Okay, doggy's still in the entrance. Well, that's usually up to the person involved with how cool it is. Okay, you are all set. Automatic go. What? Huh. Okay. This is going to be a little bit of a problem. Okay, let's go over this side. I mean, I bought the field, but this thing can't detect the edge of the field. I don't know what that means. We'll go over here and... no field found. What the blazes?